just depends on the player. But it's time to head on into the draft, and it looks like Team Liquid ID is going to be on blue side up against Onic Esports on the red side. Early Harith ban, Yeef ban, but we're also seeing jungle bans against Fabian with the Joy as well as Fanny.
Respect given over by Onic Esports. It's great. We saw the Granger ban against Bigatron. Now we see the Fanny and the Joy against Team Liquid ID. So at least for Adi's sake as well, he has learned to respect ban his opponents.
Yep. Zushin still at large. Hilda as well. You're still looking at the potential Suyo, Alpha trade, Hayabusa still out there
Mathilda's
too.
up for grabs too right now.
For the first time in a while.
Yeah. Against Witty. Witty's Mathilda.
They have to make a choice.
They're going to get something for sure. Oh, it's going to be Suyo with a 51% win rate so far as the first option for Team Liquid ID. Do you think this is the way to go, though?
Personally, for me, I think so. I think for the unfortunately, the last few games, Suyo first pick hasn't really done too well. But in the grander scheme of things, especially for players on the level of Favion, of Kairi, Suyo becomes super prio. It's so flexible. You kind of do everything a jungler wants to do the best.
Yep. Hayabusa becomes a consolation prize in this case.
Secondary.
Onic Esports grabbing that Lo Yi, also a very high commodity pick. The Moskov as well. Oh, wait, hold up.
Oh.
Okay, really,
Interesting.
when it's a team like Liquid ID, the priorities change so much.
It does.
Yep.
It does. However, Onic Esports do opt to kind of match up with this speed and reconnaissance coming out from the side of Team Liquid ID with the Nolan themselves. We've seen this before. It's not like this is the first time we've seen Kairi play the Nolan into the Suyo matchup.
Earlier today, we saw it.
Yeah, just earlier today with the Jawhead. This time, no Jawhead. It was banned out by Liquid ID, so it's a different version. It's not going to be as, I think, active on the map without the help of the physical defense and obviously the setup given by the Jawhead. Hilda gets banned out. That was something that I actually expected from Liquid ID because, you know, we haven't seen Kairi on an alpha just yet. He's been Joy, Nolan, Hayabusa, just assassins all across the board.
So when assassins are around, you let Kairi get his hands on them.
I mean, generally, he has been just straying away from it in general, but also the fact that Onic Esports have been consistently banning out the Hilda for the second part of the phase. Now, coming back to TLID, we do see the Troll ban here, and I do think that this is where it's going to get real interesting. We've got one flex pick from the side of TLID, no flex picks at all, which is still true to the nature of Onic Esports based on what we saw earlier today.
Yeah, I think the big question now is what's Aran gonna play, right? We've seen him on the Badang. We've also seen him many times on the Phoveus do really well. And for Onic Esports, I think both those picks kind of give them quite a big problem as we get into the game here. Nolan is going to struggle a lot if you are up against Badang, if you're up against even Glue.
Not to mention Hylos.
Yeah, so up for grabs.
You're going to struggle. You won't even get an entry. As soon as you get spotted, you get stunned, and then you hope to pray that there's a response from the diversion. So I'd reckon Onic Esports picks Hylos right here.
Do they, or do they just go?
Or do Liquid ban it?
Oh yeah, or do Liquid ban it? I'm thinking
also
that
an option.
I'm thinking that they might even want to just again. We've seen a couple of times where Lupi is just okay with just playing Phoveus generally, right?
They are the ones to ban out the Phoveus. They know Onic can get their hands on something like a Phoveus, so the Hylos could come through, but then it would leave CC actually open for Liquid ID. And if they do get their hands on a CC, it would also be good, not just against the Hylos if Onic pick it up here, but it's good against the Nolan of Kairi, who likes to just split push a lot of times. CC has a way to neutralize that, and there you go. Hylos comes through. Liquid ID, let's see what they respond with, because technically, that's still a good flex.
It's an either-or situation, right? Either Team Liquid ID says, all right, we just put Gatot in, we just, you know, slow the lane as much as we can, even if they get the CC of their own, it's kind of like whatever to us. In comparison, I'm more curious about where the gold lane is going to go, because so far you see the Moskov, are we going to go back to like, hey, Granger, but we play a little later?
It's a little too gila to go Belleric Granger.
Belleric Granger.
So they go for the double poke again.
Yeah.
Pull out an old classic. You know, you're stopping the Moskov, you're stopping the Nolan, you're stopping the Hylos with the Belleric, and then you have the Granger and the Novaria.
Rather not. Yeah, I think this is definitely the safer choice, right? Because if you go Belleric, then what, Gatot goes XP? Belleric Roam?
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, I'm personally not a big fan anymore of the Gatot Roam. Sorry, Gatot XP. So they end up going for the CC here. Double value, as I said.
Yeah.
So it's all about Onic now and how they wrap up their drafts. Do they go for a big Keyboy style like a Tigreal? Or do they just put Hylos on his hands and Go for a different XP.
How often does this happen? Matilda has been snubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially against Weedy Keyboy. Both of them love the Matilda.
That's the thing. I'm surprised that nobody wanted to go for it, but then again, it's like you've already got the Novaria on your hand, so it's like, who am I really pulling back at this point? We have the CC, and she's pretty independent just generally across the board. I would feel like the Otis probably would have been on Onic, but oh my god.
Wow.
Really thick boys into this.
So this is after Onic faced
Yeah.
a Uranus earlier today too.
Against CC too. This time they actually pick it up against the CC. Like Luke picked it up before seeing the CC. The CC was a countermeasure.
Yep. So logic does not logic here.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Unless Onic Esports sees something that we don't.
Well, I feel like Uranus in these cases will eventually outscale the CC, but this is assuming that you walk out of the late even and you rush the steel leggings pretty early on into the matchup. Again, it does come down to like emblems. Do you get the penetration? Do you go for like, you know, the extra cooldown? It's going to be tough here, but it's up to you guys to break it down for our viewers out there. Leo, as well as Miracle, take it away for our very first game here.
These two have not met in the finals just yet. And passing of the torch, you could call it here in this opener in the upper bracket quarters. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Team Liquid ID facing off against Onic Esports. A lot of questions in the draft, and again, the priorities presented by the defending champions of MPLID are making us wonder, what are they cooking? Mirko, you would know.
I would not. I don't know. I asked the same question when Bigatron picked the Uranus. I was like, why Uranus? You know, like, I got buffed, but is it that strong? I think most of the viewers asked the same question.
And we all have questions to answer. Maybe these two teams have those in spades. As we watch game one elapse, real quick, I check on the emblems. Did anything change, especially in that CC Uranus situation?
No, everything does look like it's the same. And I do want to bring this up again. We saw this from Iman on the Moskov. He went Master Assassin and Vitality, but now it's Savero who's gone for Vitality too. Good poke, Witty. Oh, San's forced to flicker out now, bringing some damage back on Witty. It won't be a kill. It's a good trade for TLID in the end. But back to the question. Vitality has been the choice for a lot of Moskovs now.
I guess they just really want to get through that early game. A little bit of HP never hurt nobody. Technical knockout here, a small victory for Team Liquid ID, and as expected, the XP lane matchup is going to elapse this way. It's going to be Aran, 9 out of 10 times winning this fight against Lutpi. Even with the pair of pants, I'd say.
Yeah.
Even with the early tough boots.
I don't know. The way I see it, it's kind of weird, this matchup, right? Because for Lutpi, yeah, you are going to be shredded down, but because CC constantly hits you, you get your passive, so it's kind of a dead lane. That's how we saw Bigatron versus Onic. The big problem for Bigatron in that game was after the laning phase, he couldn't do much. So we'll see how Aran is able to rotate around. So far, he's been doing a good job. So far, again, chunking Lutpi. He is going to still walk in, though. Oh, he gets chunked, revitalized. Lutpi going to get taken down. First blood for Aran. A taunt over two. A big blunder, I would say, for Onic Esports.
2 for none, plus the big objective going over to the young Stallions. Onic Esports have to find a win, maybe elsewhere, across the map in the gold lane. What's that like? Talk me through the Irithel and the Moskov situation, because maybe they're playing for Savero. They understand that, all right, Savero, it's on you now, man.
It's a skill matchup, Leo. I don't think it's like a super win for Moskov, not a crazy win either for the Irithel. As the Irithel, at least you do have ways to poke earlier. You do get online earlier too. Moskov, you really need to wait for the 3-item power spike. So I guess if you are looking for the mid-game power spike for your composition, yeah, Irithel works better.
So the deal breaker for Onic Esports would be the SOD. If some way, somehow, Savero can join fights that Aaron Shiki wasn't expecting Savero to be in, and then that would be the difference. Kyrie versus Fabian, oh man, it's the old versus the new, the Sky King versus the Sigma, the Usurper, and Fabian's calling the shots, bro. He's kicking him out of his own jungle.
Oh, hold up, though. Diversion, no one takes it, yeah. Again, stealing away a jungle creep from Kyrie, and so far, from what we've seen, Kyrie on the Nolan has always been ahead of his counterpart. So now that he is level against the Suyo, it means that, I think for Team Liquid ID, they're going to be very comfortable just walking around and matching what Kyrie does in the map. You cannot mirror as well, or you can't really, play on the other side of the map when you're behind.
And between a Nolan and a Suyo. I don't have the exact numbers, but wait, where's that AOG going? Oh, never mind.
No.
It was a faint recall there. Down bottom, check it out. Fabian visiting Lutpi, already not having a great time against the CC. I hear you about the passive situation.
Yeah.
But when the rotations come in, I think it takes a fever pitch, all right? Diversion into the back.
Okay, that's Fabian. Still has the Immortal Form. Is very comfortable in it. The taunt comes in. Kai is dead. Aran slays him. Sans is next. And Fabian gets another. Oh, man.
Another 2 free going over the Team Liquid ID. Onic Esports can't even think to contest. This is a mistake. I don't know what Lutpi and Keyboy are thinking.
No, there's no way they could test for this. Another free turtle. And, you know, Leo, I was talking about this earlier, you know, the Suyo makes him so strong, something as well that a lot of people don't think about. They think about damage, mobility, but it's the Immortal Form damage reduction that makes it so broken. He gets ganked, and it almost looked like Kyrie and Sans were the ones ganked.
And I think Fabian made a very specific choice here. Instead of going for Hunter Strike first, he went for War Axe first. And wait. Look at this. Aran, 3v1.
Vengeance, all good. No problem, no threat was there. Aran knew exactly how to get out of that one.
So confident, so sure of what he's capable of. Back to the whole Suyo situation. You usually go War Axe first when you know you're going to be knee-deep in engagement. It allows for you to use the most of that Immortal Form and regain that damage reduction because it scales off of your physical damage output. So now he's on his way to his War Axe, his Hunter Strike rather, and that's allowing for Team Liquid ID to just barrel forward, approaching the 4,000 gold mark.
Yeah, great catch there, Leo. It's a good build to go War Axe first. I think he built Fury Hammer into War Axe, right? So
It's a little baby Fury Hammer.
Yeah, little baby Fury Hammer getting a bit more penetration.
Whoop.
A gank in the bottom lane again, but I don't think Aran is phased at all. Kyrie can jump in. Aran's just going to put the curtain call down. Actually out-damaging him 1v2 when he walks up. Oh, the snipe Kyrie! Able to fracture and dodging away too out of Fabian's Queller.
That's you're not trapped in here with me situation. I'm trapped in... No, wait, that's the other way around.
See, I always mix it up too.
Even Liquid ID wasn't sure of how to go in, so they just freestyled. All right, let's just throw all of these projectiles and see what lands. Regardless, they got away with what they wanted. A free push up top, a free push down bottom, and this makes this second... last turtle of the game. That's how fast this is going for Team Liquid ID. All the more a sure take.
They've been shifting gears while Onic have been stuck at gear 1. Savero has just been warming up. He hasn't even gone started. Level 8 against Aaron's level 9, against Fabian's level 11 on a Suyo. Oh man, free turtle again. This will only increase that XP lead for TLID. That gold lead too. 3,000 keyword. I don't think you want this smoke.
Kyrie currently about 500 gold down from Fabian, so you can count your blessings knowing that, but the real advantage is currently sitting on Aaron Shaky. What is that, 1,000 gold? Where else is this 4,000 gold sitting at? Oh, there it is! It's on Yehezkiel. So you're going to scale up, man. Novaria did not need the buff. I don't think anyone was saying fix her skill 2 mana needs, but here it is, here we are.
And we're seeing that Suyo becomes a good companion to the Novaria. Once you enhance, you know, those hitboxes, Fabian can get those Quellas out of the way easily.
Queller, disgusting.
Oh man, yeah, they're forced to use the diversion to look for farm. Sans caught in the mid lane again, flickers to the turret, doesn't matter. Aran is there, and he is there for another. That's a double kill for Aran.
Currently, Liquid ID not giving anything over.
Nothing.
A big chubby wave set down by Savero up top. Here comes Aaron Shiki to clean up house. I don't think they're going to let any objectives over to Onic Esports. A show of dominance by the current reigning champions of MPL Indonesia. All tier 1s have fallen. So, again, this whole struggle for farm is just going to get worse.
Suffocating them inside of their own jungle. Another red tree here should be, yep, for Fabian. AOG catching one! Taunt coming down as well. Oh, Keyboy is melted as well. There is no way for them to live.
All 5 members of Onic Esports starved. Holy Shields left standing on the top lane. Their only hope to protect the long lane away from the first lord of the game. Currently, Team Liquid ID about 7,000 up. So that means they're what? 800, 900, a gold per minute up on their opponents. Onic Esports, how do they catch a break?
Oh my goodness, Aaron just jumping in. Sans gets bursted down, quelled. Oh, now what do you do?
Talk about Gila. This is Gila.
The whole Liquid is Gila. They've taken the Gila out of Sans.
Here's a build on Aran that we don't really see as often anymore. A brute force breastplate. Currently, it's just going to take over the top, what's already a dominant pick for Team Liquid ID. And Tikaras also built on Witty. Not like he needs it, but now all the more Kyrie and Savero can't touch him.
I don't think we've seen Onic ID dominated like this the entire Snapdragon Pro season. I mean, Challenge Finals, I don't think we've seen a single time that Onic has been dominated like this.
You know what? Not even ever.
Ever.
Have you? I mean, you're an
actually, I think they have,
you're
right?
an MPLID native, you would know.
They have.
Has anyone? Yes.
AP Bren, actually, in the in Upper Bracket Finals Game 1 before the comeback, but it was like 15K gold lead.
And then it came back.
Yeah.
So that was in EMV, late 2023. Oh, Kyrie, down to 1/10 of his health. Aran and Fabian going hunting.
Oh, man, just a chase down. The Queller misses. Kyrie still able to dodge away.
He's so
buying
fast.
so much time, but it will just be the minions. No, he walks back into the yo-yo mid lane with Lord. Oh, what? Keyboy! Keyboy's down. Litpi's low.
That's a Holy Shield pop down bottom. They do trade out for Witty, but just the same, you went from bad to worse. Onic Esports looking at a mid lane penetration. Team Liquid going for the throat here.
GDS, Keyboy down, Kyrie down. It's now Litpi and Sans and Savero to try to defend. Revitalize used by Litpi again. The damage shred Litpi absolutely exploded. Now it's SOD to the back, fighting the shutdown for Savero.
He touched Aaron. He touched Aaron. The shutdown on the Iritel.
No untouchable.
But is this the beginning of the comeback? I feel like it's just but a band-aid solution to an already bad situation. Currently, they're down, what, 10K?
They're delaying the inevitable. It looks, at least, right now. Obviously, they can try to make something out of it. Aran's just shredding through Keyboy, AOG, zoning them away, purple buff taken, and then back to Discipline. This is what we've also been kind of talking about for Liquid. Back then, you would see Liquid with this lead and you would just see them go crazy, constantly. Now, they have that level of discipline to say, now we don't need to do anything else.
Just wait.
Just wait.
And they're waiting for this Lord. Lower quarter spawn, 30 seconds away. Just but one turret left for Onic Esports. And they're looking to make the most of this space. The first time they're actually leaving their base in quite a while. Fabian coming in, not allowing the denial. Ain't no orange buff steal here, says Kyrie. The first time he's tasted the buff in a while.
Yeah, would love to see the stats later on and how many orange buffs he actually was able to get, or how many buffs in general. 10 seconds, Enhanced Lord will be spawning in this game, folks, and it is looking very, very bleak for Onic, because even if we're talking about range, there you go, your Hesiod can be star-shattering, can be opening it up so many times. The diversion is going to be tough to make use of.
Even with a perfect Star Shatter, I think you'd be putting yourself, or rather, a perfect diversion, I think you'd be putting yourself in harm's way still. It would be a very bad angle, because you're still losing out on firepower. Here comes Sans and Kyrie from the back. Keyboy with a glorious pathway. Liquid response.
Great read, Fabian! Assassinating Lutpi. It was Sans falls as well, and it's again another Liquid win. They're chasing off. They're looking to go for Kyrie, unable to get him, but Lutpi and Sans.
I say, even if it was a perfect angle, you're still down 10K. You don't have the firepower to make the most of the angle you found. And now there's an Enhanced Lord marching in. I'm thinking this is the GG push.
Let's see, AOG again. Oh, Kyrie went for the fracture, unable to get the kill, but still zoned away by the AOG. And now a few resources spent. Revitalize coming down as well. Keyboy melted by Aaron. Shiki Lutpi walking up, and Witty will be slain by Sans. Savero still going back and forth into the base, still walking forward.
Yeah, Hezkiel zoned out. Fabian too. They live another day. Onic Esports find the defense.
Oh, SOD, Aaron with the rose gold. Savero continuing the chase, finding Aaron Shiki. And all of a sudden, Onic look alive in game number 1.
The punish from Onic Esports. They're very familiar with this situation. Again, throwing back to December of 2023. They were down this bad against AP Bren in the EMB Convention Center in Manila, Philippines, and they turned it around on him. And I think that the same might be true here. Team Liquid ID can't let this go.
Kyrie was also on the Nolan when that happened. It's very different for all the other picks, but something tells me hope is still in the air. It's still possible for Onic Esports. They have what it takes to scale up technically, right? With Savero hitting some crucial items here, Male Fake Gun, Wind of Nature, they have ways to deal with the damage that will just be constantly coming to their way. And a diversion. Remember, late game diversions can turn the tide of the game.
Yeah, but I don't think this is as late game as it gets, all right? Hope all you will and believe in what Onic Esports can do, but Mirko, an 8K, 7K gold lead is still a massive lead. And when you're looking at your cores, I don't think they're built up enough. You still need a man advantage. So if some way, somehow Onic can find that perfect diversion, the right stun off of Keyboy, and I don't know, the right members away distracted by Lutpi, then maybe Onic Esports can clap back.
And at this point, it's not just about the gold, right? But more importantly for Team Liquid ID, the advantage that they hold, that will forever be an advantage up until the game gets, the crystal gets taken down, is the fact that they got 3 base turrets already. That ain't respawning. Those are 3 waves that are constantly slow pushing to Onic Esports. Now, yeah, you could say that it's good for Onic because they then have waves to get resources off. But for Liquid, it means 100% prio on the map, so much tempo on the map. They'll always be able to win in the lower dances.
It's like a 6v5. The map is on their side. And so far, Savero has to play this very dangerous game of, can I hit the SOD or not? Because he's in the long lane, clearing that wave, and he has to throw it a very specific way to be a part of the fight. Lure Dance started out by Team Liquid ID. They have priority, 5 members in the pit. Lutpi, the closest member here. The diversion setup, plus the Glorious Pathway.
They're blitzing it. They don't care. The SOD whiffs. Kyrie looking for the diversion earlier here. Fabian still in the midst of it all. Kyrie walking up. Fabian will be slain. That's a shutdown for Kyrie. Aaron shaking out with a heavy crossbow, chasing off Hassan's. Kyrie in the bush. Witty opening it up, getting caught by the Star Shatter, and now gunned down by Aaron.
Keyboy down to a 10th, a 15th. Oh, he's just out. And it's just Savero left. And all he can do is delay the inevitable, distract. Team Liquid ID gets caught by an echo.
That's a taunt. A-Rod walks up again to Win of Nature to buy a bit more time. A-Rod pops his own and takes Savero down. That is a killing spree and a wipeout for TLID.
Aran taking a few pot shots off of the base just to make sure all is well and good. The first game goes over to the new and the current reigning champions of MPLID. Team Liquid scores.
Oh man, Onic Esports, they were down bad in that game. There were a couple of good moments coming in on the base defense, but the permanent damage on the inhibitors